Hey, YouTube.
Hello.
Hi, YouTube.
I just totally felt like
Started off with a bang.
Yes.
I totally sounded like Robin Williams' character, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
guys.
Hey, YouTube. If anybody's here watching during the live stream, I hope you are. We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to get started with the intro with the show here in 1 second. I was just writing down one more note. And we'll go.
He's got something else to add to his.
Finish up
Very
page 9.
descriptive.
Okay, are we ready? All right,
Oh, yeah.
I'll do all the intros and welcome. Oh, that's great. I don't remember the intro what we did last time. Hold on, I've got it written down. Let me switch to my there we go. That's not it.
Worst place. Ding.
Wow, we already
Okay, here we go. I got it. Ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
In 3, 2. Sorry, it's already dropped off the live stream. People just like, yeah. All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2. Hello and welcome to Living with the Landspeeder, where we transform Disney parks into Star Wars, one attraction at a time. I'm Ryan, joined by my good pal Catron and
Heyo.
my other good pal Derek Frank.
I'm a good pal.
You're a good
Hey.
pal now, and it's only our second chapter of this thing we're calling Living with the Landspeeder, and we already have a guest on with us tonight, David Dollar from the Main Street Electrical Podcast. I got it right.
You did get it right.
That's me.
Yep.
Hi, I'm the podcaster. It's me.
Has joined us tonight for this crazy thing that we call Living with the Landspeeder. And I was excited for last week or for last time. I think I'm even more excited for this.
My text alerts can verify that.
That's right. We can verify. This is.
I'm sorry that they
very
didn't.
excited.
I just
Catron,
honestly, randomly, I can't wait till you're like on episode 174 and you're digging through the archives and you're like, okay, we're gonna turn the 1958 bra shop from Disneyland Main Street into a Star Wars shop because we don't have much left, but it was already good for a year, but we'll do that.
I already got that one
It's an
down.
Ugnaught ride. Let's do that.
Yeah, I've already got that down. So no, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like, I mean, there's like, what did I say? There's like over 173 rides.
Yeah.
At
There's
Disney
a lot.
World.
Attractions, right?
Attractions.
Shows
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
rides.
I'm just looking forward to getting rid of Beauty and the Beast.
But then,
Might-
you know, yeah,
might
then
be
we've
fun,
got
though.
Disneyland and we got Tokyo Disney, and
Oh,
then
my
we've got
goodness.
this thing could go on forever.
Right.
I mean, we could take over
Well,
Universal.
you brought
as
up
well.
Tokyo Disney,
Mhm.
and that's a great segue.
I'm all about
Yeah.
the segues.
You do your thing first.
My seg what?
I don't know. Just-
No. We could go
Like,
right into
there we
it.
go.
Here's a knock knock joke for you. You start.
Okay. Knock knock. Who's there?
Who's there?
Star Wars Celebration just ended and it was crazy.
It was amazing. It was so good. I know I personally
really
watched
weird.
probably 80% of it live, and then the rest I watched after the fact. But if you want to know a lot of the details from Celebration, besides the fact that the next one's going to be in Japan, which I'm doing everything I can to go. I really
Yes.
want to go. Japan's my bucket list, but David just had his newest episode of of his podcast, and they
Yes.
talk about it. So
Yep.
we're not going to jump on that. You can go listen to that, get all the news, all the good things. But man, there's some great stuff that they're coming up with, and then this new episode of Mandalorian that came out this week. Was,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
so
we had a friend of mine on who is very learned in the Star Wars lore, but also for our audience, we realize there are some people out there that aren't great Star Wars fans or big Star Wars fans. I mean, all have fall short of the glory of God. We get that. And so, what we try to do is we try to break it down for the casual fan. Like, what's on right now? What needs to be watched? How do you jump into the Star Wars universe? What's happening right now with Mandalorian and the High Republic, and what's happening with Andor? That's coming out and all of that. And the some of the big announcements, of course, that I don't want to spoil in case you guys want to get to them. But yeah, it was a fun conversation for anybody who doesn't know a lot about Star Wars, where to catch up, how to jump in, where all the announcements for Celebration, where they landed, what they were. It was good.
There was a lot of great announcements, and I loved everything, except I felt like the parks section of it fell way short. But that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. That's exactly right.
They did that for us.
Did that for us.
We're going to capitalize.
My son said
tonight.
Yeah, my son said tonight at dinner, he's like, maybe Disney will listen to your podcast and they'll actually create a new park with all these rides. That's what we're trying to do.
We're trying.
Hey, they need it. It's going to happen. They set aside $17 billion. We're going to design it. It's going to be great.
There we go.
Hey, don't knock that. There are people up in the higher in their echelon of Disney that listen to some podcasts. I can't say they listen every week. I can't say they have subscriptions to everything that we do. But I know there are people that have listened to ours, and I would not be shocked if there were people that have listened to I Am Geek and some of the stuff you've done, at least occasionally. So don't be shocked if, who knows? But yeah, it's out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who knows?
Exciting.
Maybe one day. We'll see.
Well,
we'll see.
Ryan is starting to shake right now because he is so excited.
I am. Okay, so tonight we are doing the newest ride or attraction. Sorry, attraction. I'm so excited.
It's all right.
At the Disney parks, because it's been there for what, a week now open?
It's well,
Technically,
it's been there for like
officially
10 years.
been open.
Yeah, it's been there for many years,
Yeah.
but officially open for what, a week?
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, what better time to rip this ride apart and turn it into something else than tonight? So tonight we're taking Tron. We are Star Warsifying the heck out of it. We're changing it up, ripping it apart. The computer is going to be whatever you do with the computer, Catron, to disassemble it. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, Winchester said cycling for a year today. So they've started testing a year ago.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean,
and it's just now opening.
That's crazy.
Just it has been open in China for several.
That's true. That is true.
But
we didn't really
Walt Disney World
Yeah,
Park.
we're not talking about that.
No, we're not there. That's many episodes down the road.
We'll
When we
redo
come
that
back
one again.
to Tron. Will we get the Shanghai? Is it Shanghai? Where is that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, we lost David.
We lost David. Hopefully we can get him back.
It's like that.
He's like, I'm over this already.
You guys.
Hopefully he'll come back in. Oh yeah, so it just opened, so we're going to tear it apart. As you know from the last time on chapter 1 of Living with Landspeeder, I go into a lot of detail. So I'm going to start tonight. Hopefully David will be back. Do we wait on him or what do we do? There he is.
He's back.
I'm here. Sorry about
back.
that.
Okay, that's okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my version of Tron Lightcycle Run. This is how geeky I am. I made a graphic of the ride. So without further ado, hopefully it works. I present to you my interpretation of StarWarsifying Tron Lightcycle. Oh, we've lost Catron now. What is going on?
Sorry, when do you want me to show the image? I was muted because I had to call.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just go ahead. I'll just announce my ride title, and you can put it up.
Gotcha.
And I guess if you want to,
I'm working on it. Yes, let me
okay,
get it here. And good grief. Window.
Also, not sponsored by Geeky Tikis, but I love them.
But we should
right
be.
now. I know we're not, but we should be. So
I'll just go ahead and announce it, and then once it comes up. Okay. So the title of my attraction is Order 66 Speeder Bike Escape. Oh no, does Derek have the same thing? That's why I wanted to go first. Okay.
No, I don't. No, I'm pretty confident no one's gonna have mine.
Okay. Is it
It is an escape though.
Oh, it is. Well, I looked at the title. I'm like, okay, there's basically 3 things to this title. So, Order 66 speeder bike escape. Hopefully, you'll see the graphic. If not, you'll
It's
see it
all
on
been
our
lost.
socials.
It's all been lost.
Yeah, you'll
It's
see it.
there. You'll just have to give me a minute.
It's okay. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go. Okay, the queue starts with the look of a bustling street on Coruscant. As you journey through the queue, you hit a fork in the pathway with the tallest mountain on Coruscant dividing the path. As you continue around through the queue, you find yourself in front of the Jedi Temple. This leads into the pre-show area where you're greeted by a Jedi Master. Just remind everybody, I've never been on Tron, so I don't even know if this is possible.
Anything's possible. This is your world.
Yeah.
Just live in it.
You're greeted by a Jedi Master who is acting as sort of a tour guide for the Jedi Temple. He begins to tell you the history of the Jedi Order when the tour is interrupted by sounds of blaster fire in the distance. He rushes you through a door where you can see on a screen a battle between clone troopers and Jedi has broken out. And at the end of the scene, you see a little Grogu being saved by Keller and Brett Beck, if I pronounced it right. Probably not. Jar Jar. He's being saved by Jar Jar. I mean, if you want Keller and Beck, he brushes him off. The next room is the ride load room where you get on a speeder bike to escape. Just like on Tron or the videos I've seen, you'll see other speeder bikes with clones on them chasing you, and there's blaster fire and everything going on. Once outside, you'll see the neon lights, only at nighttime, because why they did that, I don't know, of the signs of Coruscant as you race past. As you enter back into the building through the chasing, you will see a Naboo ship fly off with Grogu, and then you'll pull safely into a landing pad as you have safely escaped to the exit. It's a short ride. So
It's only a minute long.
Yeah. So that's the ride. Oh, look.
Oh, it's
there's-
animated?
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't just
wow.
a picture. It's animated. Ryan.
Yes. This is
Wow.
my sign for Order 66 speeder bike escape. It's sort of got the Tron background sort of going on. with
Okay,
the
this is
little-
another level now. All right. I feel very inadequate.
Don't worry, I didn't make a sign for the energy bite replacement or the
Like, I'm gonna draw a stick figure really quick. Like, here's my sign.
Okay, so I'm hoping to turn this into a t-shirt and you'll be able to buy it on our if you want it.
We turn it into a neon sign because I really want that in my basement.
That would
In
be
my studio.
cool. Yeah. All right. So basically that's the ride. So you're on Coruscant. You're going through Coruscant into the Jedi Temple when Order 66 breaks out, and you are right in the middle of it, and with the clone troopers and the Jedi fighting all around you before you escape on your speeder bike. Because just like in the episode of The Mandalorian we saw, he sort of escapes on a speeder bike. It fits in perfectly with the Tron Lightcycle because they're bikes.
Right.
You'll see Grogu, you'll get that, and when you exit, you'll go through the gift shop, and of course, there'll be everything imaginable there that has Grogu on it because everybody wants Grogu. And to sort of tie into the Tron thing, you will be able to make your own action figures, either a Jedi or a clone trooper, just like at Tron, where you can make your own action figures. So that's the ride in the gift shop. I can save the energy bites to later, or I can do it now. Whatever you. I can lump it all into one. Do you want me to do that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So Energy Bites is a little snack stand that's like right off from Tron. And I thought, well, last week or the week, whenever it was, we decided to lump that in with this. So if you remember on The Mandalorian, the doctor and the spy lady, which I forget her name, were walking, eating a little snack. What were they eating? Glowing popsicles, if you remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. So the stand will be called, now this is pop racing. Because you're racing on the Order 66 ride. This is pop racing. You can get your glowing popsicles in many different flavors. Now, again, this is going to be better at nighttime, just like the Tron ride is better at nighttime. But
Like
to see
every
your
time.
You think of a
popsicle,
glowing version of Icy Pops you get every summer, and you have to
Yeah.
clip plastic
Yeah.
off, and
Or
it's
rocket
gonna.
pop.
So basically, there'll probably be a glow stick in the middle of it that lights it up. I mean, for
Totally
real here.
edible.
nice.
Yeah,
Safe.
it'll be in a case in
Well,
plastic.
that's
the
true.
trick is to make them all different, so that way you have to collect all of them. You have to collect
yeah.
all the Star Wars characters, and there's like a collector's edition and one silver one with like a Mickey Jedi on it or something. But you don't know it until you eat the popsicle, and then you get your glow stick that you can save for later. And there's only 15 in there plus a chaser pop that you have to get. And so,
Of course,
so yeah.
it's Disney and Star Wars, so
Exactly.
that's what they do. So, what do you guys think overall, just in general?
I
Give
like
it a 5.
A 5?
I like it.
5.
Ooh.
I love the
like it.
idea. You know what? I was like already like solid 4.7. I know we're not doing the
Mm.
ranking thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I was at
Go
like
ahead.
a 4.7, and then that sign came up. I was like, I'm in. I want that sign. I want that T-shirt. Nice job. I love your
thank you.
enthusiasm all week, even when I'm busy and all my phone just keeps blowing out.
I'm sure I've been put on mute a bunch this week going over stuff.
Never.
Well,
Well,
that's it. Oh.
That's great. I think we should give David the choice if he wants to go next.
I'll go
or-
next. I'll go
Are you-
next. 'Cause
okay, perfect.
I feel like with Tron, with the setup, Coruscant may be a popular theme here. So I don't want to be Coruscanted out by going fourth here. whoever's fourth,
And,
you
and
know.
did you get a ride, Tron, when you were there?
I did. I've
Okay.
ridden it 3 times. It is great. It's not as good as Guardians, but it's a great ride. It's a 60-second ride. It's almost like you're seated like Flight of Passage, where you're kind of, instead of bent over a Banshee, you're bent over a Lightcycle. But the trick is you can lean back a little bit if you want to, so you have that power. And it's there are various videos and everything online. I liked it. I thought it was great. We have the DAS pass with my kids, so we were able to not wait in the long virtual queue line. So that helps. But my one complaint would be that they need more shade. You'd think after Toy Story Land they would learn, hey, let's put some shade here in this queue. And no, that
No.
virtual queue, if
It's
you're in
all
the outside
concrete.
part of it, that is just solid concrete and openness with like 3 umbrellas just randomly placed around there. And I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah.
Iger's in charge. You can spend some money, man. So mine, and I went on the premise too that you cannot change the actual structure of the ride itself. Like
Okay.
obviously you could wipe the whole thing off and just rebuild it. We don't want to do that because we'd be building for another 7 years. This is Disney. So we're just changing the overall theming and the ride cars, because the cycles themselves are not going to do any good, because what I have is here's my graphic, the Wessel Chase. My favorite of the prequels is Attack of the Clones. And there's a thrilling scene above Coruscant right at the
yeah.
beginning,
I got
where
really
Obi-Wan
nervous
and
when you said
Anakin
this.
are flying through, and they're chasing Zam Wesell because she tried to assassinate the princess or whatever. So they're chasing her. So this whole ride is premised on you're trying to catch the bounty hunter. You're trying to catch her. So instead of little bikes, you're basically on individual little star speeders. They're kind of themed around you and everything, and maybe 2 people can fit in a little star speeder. Same track and everything, but as you're walking up, the queue has been decorated now where the whole thing is Coruscant. So you're gonna have to use a little hologram technology and everything. So you see like the lines of flying ships all the way through above the ceiling. You see people walking around. The great thing about the way Tron's built, well, pros and cons. One of the cons is it's way up there by itself. The pro is it's way up there by itself, which means when you're walking by Space Mountain, you can enter a whole new world up in that corner. There's nothing else around there to compete with it. You got the train, but you can story that out if you have to. Because you hear the train and everything, but as you're walking out, this could be like a whole new Star Wars area. Have characters from Coruscant walking around, random species and characters walking from one place to the other, and so on. You're walking up through the queue, and there's just visions of Coruscant everywhere. I mean, like there's activity going on. There's ships flying through. You hear explosions and things like that, or whatever. You get on the Wessel Chase. You get on the bike itself, and of course the speeder's flying through. And you got the lights and everything. You're trying to chase the bounty hunter, and at the end, of course, you finally catch them. There's Anakin. Maybe Hayden Christensen comes back and does the voice. We got him. Good job. You're all honorary Jedis now, or something like that, And so when you come off of the ride, it's all exciting because you got your picture and you got your holograph or whatever. You come down to the little kiosk because Dexter Jester's Cafe is just too much to build right here. But we do have Dex Bites. Okay, we do have Dexter's Bites there, and he's going to be right out there. Kind of maybe you do an animatronic with Dexter Jester in all of his arms. Some of the drinks include the Jawa juice. You got to have the Jawa juice and a very hard liquor, Camino Dart. You want a Camino Dart? That's going to be
there we
a little
go.
powerful. A beer. a beer that's specifically designed for this ride. The Artie's Ale, that's there. Some of the food you can have is the Bantha steak croissant sandwich served on a buttery croissant roll, of course. And my favorite, this is the signature dish. This is what you come for. This is what you come for. Okay, it is a plate of cheese sticks, and they are heavily battered. And they are heavily fried, and they are like 4,000 calories for a plate of this. These are called the death sticks.
Yes, I knew
With
it.
a little warning on there on the side that says, "Do not ride an attraction within 30 minutes of eating this thing." Because this thing is going to sit so heavy on your stomach.
You're gonna
It's so good. That cheese there's like 7 different kinds of cheese in each one of these sticks. It is like cooked in soy and whatever batter. It's thick. It's served with some sauce on the side. It is, but you got to understand. You eat this, it's in July. You'll get in that line. You're going to pass out. So you have to know. Go find some shade before you eat these things, because the death sticks are amazing signature dish. But they're going to ruin you if you eat too many of them. If you eat them too fast, this is like a 5,000 calorie dish right there. So that is my ride. The Wessel Chase Dex Bites with a nice cold Camino Dart and a plate of death sticks.
There we go. Here's my favorite part. My favorite part is Dexter Jester has made an appearance on both episodes of Living with the Landspeeder so far.
But you know what? I feel like this is not going to be the last by any means.
No.
Well, honestly, if you do it twice, I believe that's called a bit. I believe that's called a running gag.
Fit in there.
Podcaster lore. I'm just saying.
It has to
I'm
be
just
in
saying.
every
I'm going to be now
episode.
listening for Dexter every single time.
Obi-Wan.
I love Dexter Jetster. I do. That whole scene is so random and so just dumb and great. I love Attack of the Clones. It's such a bad movie, and I love it. So,
That movie gets a lot of hate, and there's some things to hate, but I don't like. I
liked it.
do like that movie. I mean,
well, after seeing episodes 8 and 9, the prequels have taken a little more love for me. I'm like, the prequels just aren't that bad.
How about Hayden finally getting the respect that he really needed?
Yes.
I mean,
how about Ahmad Best finally getting the respect he needed from being Jar Jar? I just, you got to wait 20 years for it, but still.
Yep. All right. Who's next?
Why don't I go so you can clean up the mess that I'm gonna have here?
Oh,
because
it's gonna be Dexter Jester, right?
No,
is he gonna be in there?
I had such a hard time with this. I was so excited because at one point I said I have my idea and it's gonna be awesome, and then I decided nope, it's not. It's gonna have to. That's gonna have to be saved for later. And I kept going through them and going through them and going through them.
I did the same thing. I have almost a complete ride. Then I was like, but it can't go with this theme. It's got to go with something else.
Which is great. Because I have all the other ones ready, so it's like let's go, let's do Flight of Passage now. I've got it. So my son actually ended up helping me with this one, and I watched Attack of the Clones this week for mine because mine is set in Camino.
Okay.
Okay.
It's your sick.
Okay. This is okay. I've almost had a heart attack because mine is also from Attack of the Clones. Okay.
Well, let me take it back.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
So it could actually be. This is where I struggle with it a little bit, and this is why I say it's a mess. It could either be Bad Batch, or it could be Attack of the Clones, because I want to go to Camino because I've tried to think of a place like what kind of looks like Tron, keeping.
You sure you don't want to hold that out for the Typhoon Lagoon episodes?
Well, so that's So I wanted something that looked like Camino is clean and white and very futuristic looking, which is what we're going with Tron, right?
Yeah.
And so what I came up with to begin with had to do with Attack the Clones and with Obi-Wan Kenobi. I said, nope, I think I'm gonna go with Bad Batch actually. And this was my son's idea to help with this one. He gave me the idea. We kind of went off of it a little bit, but anyways, so the idea is that you're going to Camino on a special mission to actually go get some information about the clones, about the activities there. And so we changed the ride a little bit, and it into the pods, the transports that you see on Bad Batch where they go into the water, under the water.
Yeah.
So that's what this ride becomes, is we're going and we dive down into the water, and it kind of begins like Rise of the Resistance, in that you're jumping into a story. It's like, hey, I'm glad you're here. We're here at Camino. We're gonna go in and we're gonna get this information. And so we've got to jump in this pod and you're gonna go down. So because it just takes off, right? And as you take off through, you go outside towards the beginning of the ride, and then you go down into the water. So everything becomes water instead of just this techno looking thing. And you're racing through, and you'll see different creatures as you go past, and then you may see clones and probably not Kaminoans, but it's but different people shooting at you, as you go through, because you're on this mission, and you get out, and it's like, oh, you made it, you got the information, So the name of my ride, it started off as the Camino, not factory, but facility tour. That's the name of my ride. So I had a t-shirt and all this planned. So then it flipped upside down. I was like, no, I don't want to do that now. So that's why I say this is a mess. But this is the oh man, I lost my idea. But it's the Camino. I shouldn't have gone next. This is the problem. Yeah, I don't even
The
remember
Camino.
The Camino. That's it.
Ride.
The Camino ride. No, it was golly, this is really bad. I'll have to come back.
If only you had done this in the Grand Fiesta Tour, you could have called it the
really
El Camino.
Bad. The El Camino. Man, that would have been good too. Escape through Camino. Maybe that's what it was. That sounds like your stuff.
Mine's Escape from something, so don't worry.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I had this all, and it's just gone. I don't know what happened, but mostly because I struggled with it so much, and then like I said, we ended up.
Well,
here,
there's gonna be episodes of this where some of us are gonna struggle because we're gonna be like, "Oh, presidents."
Sorry, I'm just going back to the Grand Fiesta Tour, imagining boats with 2 seats in the front and like flat part in the back.
Golly, man, this is
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, originally it was Camino Cloning Facility Tour is the name of it.
I like it. That's it.
That's what it.
No, that's what it is now.
So the original ride is that you were going to go through the tour, because my premise was with Obi-Wan going to tour the facility, right? And you would go through, and the ride would actually slow down, and you could see the cloning, and then some excitement happens with Jango Fett and Obi-Wan, and you fly through, and so then that was the tour, right? But
see, I think that's good, because for people who don't go to Hollywood studios or can't get on rides with their assistants, maybe they don't want to pay for it, they don't want to wait in line. So there are people that have waited all this time and still not done Rise. Maybe you have a stormtrooper set up, like a clone trooper set up, like you have on Rise, except all the clone troopers are all lined up, so people see that visual, because that's one of the most eye-catching, amazing visuals on any attraction. You walk out into that ship and you're like, oh, this is just unreal.
And that's got to be like one of the biggest selfie spots.
Exactly. And so have that same thing on this Camino ride, where you walk out and there's the clone troopers, just lines of them, and they're all right there. And there's the background of obviously digital screen, but there's a Jango Fett kind of flying through and whatever, and just I can see that. That would be awesome.
That's your ride now.
I told you we needed Derek to come and clean up, because it was going to be a mess. But
well, did you have any food though?
I didn't really have. It was a struggle once again. Camino bites. There can be
Camino bites.
So there can be Kaminoan.
You just eat them. You eat Kaminoans,
and then I did have so. Well, it was funny because
eat the clones.
Well, one of the dishes I had, let me pull it up here. So one of them was, because I just took the menu from Energy Bites, and I said Kaminoan dumplings, Kaminoan donut clones, and that's
donut clones.
It's like a real donut.
You got to have a Conway cake pop where you have the handle as the long neck, and then that cake pop is the head.
Yeah,
that actually would be really good.
That's what I need.
You need a whole retheming food podcast. That would be cool.
There you go. But no, I don't have a store. I don't
with your death stick.
Oh. Well, if you had a store, it would sell all the same things, because it would just be clones of one item. All it would be. It would just be one
same item all the way through the store.
Yeah.
We got another one back here.
We just sell one thing. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Leave.
But it's cloned 50 million times.
Nice.
So
keychain.
one more thing, and I'll let you go.
You'll let us go.
I'll
Hey, bye,
let,
everybody.
I'll let Derek go, I should say. Is one of the things I've been doing too is running the ideas through an AI generator. So saying reimagine or what if Tron was a Star Wars ride with, and I'll put those keywords in there, and it came up with some kind of interesting things, and I kind of stole some of it. But then I was like, what if Energy Bites was rethemed, and it came up with these things like sushi and dumplings and all, and these I was like, we can't have sushi in the park. I don't think you can have it at a stand like that. It would probably not stay cold enough. So
they do at the
that's true. They do
at
the
Epcot.
festivals. That's true.
Yeah.
So maybe you could have some sushi in there because they, they're in the water,
and
right?
at your Camino gifts, Disney only has cast members in there that are identical twins or triplets. So you have cast members that look exactly like. I mean, find like quads, like identical quad. That would be amazing. So
or
like,
they have real clones.
Have to work every day.
Like they bring out the Walt Disney clones, and Walt is there.
Oh, that would be
that'd
be amazing.
Oh my!
Every character's Walt. That would be amazing.
But dressed like he's on Camino.
Well, I like it, Catron. It'd be a fun trip through Camino.
I hope so.
Before it gets destroyed.
But that was one of the things. That was what my son wanted me to do, was like
blow
it up,
the Camino. And I was like, "What?" But they've turned the power off with all the shooting, so you really couldn't ride through there anymore. But I thought that could be interesting. Maybe difficult to really
save on electricity
imagine.
with the power turned off.
But
So
then how do you get
that.
the light cycles going? Or it's not the light cycles at that point. It's
No.
And
It's the tubes. You just shoot them
Which-
through with a vacuum.
It would be cool to, there's a part of that episode where the big fish monster thing was attacking the tube, and then they shocked it, and then you could get it going again. It would be kind of a cool element, but I don't know if you could blow up the.
Oh, sure. It's Disney. You can do whatever you want to.
You could do whatever you want to. All right,
Derek.
Okay, so last time I went very much staying in the theme of the ride that was already there.
Yeah.
This time, not really doing that. I'm changing it up quite a bit.
blowing it up.
After I thought about this, I was like, this may have been better with Big Thunder Mountain, but there's a reason that I picked this. And also both of you, David and Catron, gave me a heart attack with saying Attack of the Clones, because that's where my movie's from. Right. This is The Escape from Geonosis. So I took the tech of Tron, and thinking of my favorite part of Attack of the Clones is the battle at Petronaki Arena. And not just that, but when Anakin and Padme and C-3PO and R2-D2 are in the droid factory trying to get out of the droid factory. And so you go into the ride, and you're in there, and the Geonosians are flying around, and they're doing all this stuff, and then C-3PO and R2-D2 rush you on to try to get you off of the conveyor belt. And the ride vehicles are the big foundry like cauldrons, and you're in them, and you're trying to get out. And then at one, you're as you're zooming out, C-3PO loses his head, and he gets the droid head put on, and all of that is happening, and it all ends up with you escaping, but you escape into the arena. And then it's in the arena, it's a naturally formed thing. So you go, that's the gift shop.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So you go into the gift shop, and it's a great place because that's where we see the purple lightsaber, which is my favorite lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So what character is in there? Of course, Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
And what about Jango Fett's head?
That's another.
You could buy that for
$89.99. Yeah, not only do you get the helmet, but everything. So that's that. And then with the food, my stand is really simple. It is just called Petronaki Pickens.
Yeehaw!
Or Pickings. I can't say the G because I'm from the country. And the only food really that I could find that Geonosians eat are arc grubs. and they are a bug that
Yeah.
give off a plume of smoke when
Oh.
they're grilled.
Mm.
So they have
Nice.
grilled bugs at this stand.
Oh, it's gonna be so popular.
And it can either be real bugs, because I know
Kids
you know,
will
like,
love it.
you can get like the little, you know, the shock value of eating a bug or whatever. But
Yeah.
a lot of it could just be some kind of food that's themed to these little bugs, and
Yeah.
the whole thing is like it's more of a grill where you can smell the food from a long distance away, and yeah,
Cool.
that's what
I
I
like it.
wanted to do.
So I think if looking at all of ours, we've pretty much solidified that the Magic Kingdom is now the prequels. Park.
Oh,
Interesting.
Well, it
Since
did come first.
We all picked
Mhm.
a prequel era ride,
Mhm.
which is
I think
interesting.
Coruscant is probably the smartest move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's David and I. We're pretty smart. Look
Well,
at us with our glasses.
I wanted to go Scarif. I love the Battle of Scarif, and I was trying to figure out how. And I actually had some thoughts in mind of how to put that together. And then I was like, but you don't see a whole lot of neon lights in Scarif.
No.
How am I going to make that work? And so I just completely changed directions. I scrapped the entire blue sky and went, a different direction. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought like with Geonosis, it could have
Right.
like the theming that's already there would have been great for Big Thunder.
Right.
Yeah.
But I already did that. I just wanted to break down the walls and do what I want.
Break them down.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have and maybe this is just forethought that, wouldn't even be there, but do you guys kind of have a mental thought of like, you know what, when I get to this ride, I'm going to do this with it. You know what, on that ride, I'm totally doing that with it. I mean, like just in conversation here, I've already got like 4 ideas in my head going, on Pirates, I think you should do this. And on Test Track, you should do this. And it's just all coming to mind.
Welcome to my brain.
Yes, that's been happening, and now like my wife has been kind of playing along, where normally she
Nice.
doesn't
Right.
appease my goofiness with this kind of thing, but like she was like, "This is what you should do," and she gave me a couple ideas that I was going to bring up tonight, but then I'm like, no, I'm holding on to them because
Yeah.
I'm going to use it
Yeah.
for something else.
For
Yeah,
sure.
because you don't want to be like down the road, and then all of a sudden you come up with a great idea, and then you think, oh no, this would have been perfect for Big Thunder instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I blew it.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Well, I think we had some good rides tonight, don't you think?
I think we had some great
Mhm.
rides
Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I would ride all of these.
Yeah.
and some
Can-
good food. Like David's
And-
food
oh,
choices were
Yes.
top notch.
Yes.
I want a death stick.
Very
I really
great.
do.
I do.
So I can go home and rethink
definitely want a
go home
death
and
stick.
rethink my
Go
life.
home and rethink your life. You don't want a death stick.
That's what the cast member has to say, because at the beginning, the cast members are always into it. 8 months down the road, maybe not so much. But the first day, they give the death stick over as they hand it to you with your cargo slip, and they go home and rethink your life.
Kind
Thank
of
you.
like how
Have a good day.
Galaxy's
Bright
Edge
suns.
is
Go
now.
home
Where,
and rethink your life.
Yep.
yeah, where no one wants to play along that works there anymore.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
will ask for my cargo slips, and they're like, "Here, just
Yeah.
oh yeah."
Uh-huh.
Where's the
Oh.
refresher? And they're like, what? Like a water fountain?
You want some blue milk?
What? Dude.
I had 3 blue milks. That's why I need a refresher.
That's right.
Your credits? No, just give me your money. Like American dollars. That's what we want.
So David is also a travel agent,
Yes.
He is.
Yes. I am.
and I'm getting ready to go to the Star Cruiser.
Mhm.
Do you have, before we wrap up, do you have any advice for me to make this trip excellent?
Well, I have not been on the Star Cruiser, but my co-host Jen has been on the Star Cruiser, and our sort of producer Heather has also been on the Star Cruiser. So we've had several conversations about that. The biggest thing is basically, obviously, I don't want to have to tell you to play along, because you're going to play along.
Yeah.
The second thing is not to try to do every single thing, because you just can't. It really is like a day at Disney World. There's so much going on there. Give yourself a little space to explore and things like that. I mean, use the data pads and whatever. You have a day at Hollywood Studios, but don't be afraid. If you really want to, you could venture out to the other part of Hollywood. You don't have to stay in Galaxy's Edge. So if you want to go to Woody's Lunchbox or something or whatever, you can. Don't miss your shuttle back to the Star Cruiser, because you got a problem. You have to Uber if you do miss it. That's a big thing right there. So don't miss that. And just just have fun. I will be interested to get your take though on it, because this could open up an entire different conversation. One of the things I've realized that I think when they put together Galaxy's Edge, Disney painted themselves into a corner with the whole First Order storyline.
Yeah.
And I don't think they anticipated Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I think they thought they were going to be much bigger movies than they actually were. So
Yeah.
now they're in this corner of like, okay, people want Mando and Boba Fett and Grogu, and we've got some new movies coming up. How do we get out of this little corner? So now they're starting to they're just basically just trying to blur the timelines and blur the eras here, because I think they're like, you know what, fans just, I mean, if they had a Jabba meet and greet, I would not care one bit that this was out of timeline. I'd be like, I'm going to see Jabba. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. Maybe we talked about that on I Am Geek, where it's like no one cares if they cross the lines.
The purists do, but it doesn't matter anymore. I mean,
I don't think any purist likes the fact that it's all themed around the newest movies.
Right.
So
yeah.
But I really think like this last episode of Mandalorian was a great way to open up all of that First Order stuff into the park. I mean, it's like, oh, guess where Moff Gideon's gonna be now? Oh, right there.
And see, I think it would be cool
I'm
too.
like, yeah, let's do it.
For the Star Cruiser to, come up with some different stories completely. Have a Mandalorian style storyline for a season, and then close it for 2 weeks and retheme it a little bit, and then have a prequel era storyline for like 3 or 4 or 5 months. You book it during these 3 or 4 months, you're going to do the prequel, whatever, and that way people come back because it's something completely different actors, different story or whatever. They're gonna have to, because
they've already started talking about it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, I think. But I would love that. That'd be amazing.
And it would be easy
and
because,
cut the price in half.
Yeah, because the ship has been around for how long? I don't remember. It's in the books. There's books that, like in the universe.
Oh, in storyline, you mean?
A couple of years.
No, in storyline, it's been around for ages. So there's plenty that can pull from. It can be in any basically time period of Star Wars because it's been around.
So whatever they're doing on Disney Plus is what they could do for the story itself. So
yeah, and I think they're going to have to do that, and there's already been talk about doing that, changing up the story a little bit. And there's already been talk about new characters coming. I'm pretty sure Bo-Katan is going to be most likely the next character to come to Galaxy's Edge.
Totally.
I could see it coming May the 4th, like that soon.
If you allow me to get my geek on here, according to Wikipedia, the Halcyon was constructed 275 years before the First Order Resistance War.
Yeah.
So,
You could pull from anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah, so
I think that would be a great episode, is to fix the Star Cruiser. I think
it'll come. But we're not changing it to Star Wars. We're changing it to Disney, so it'll be like the Lion King.
We have to go other way.
Yeah, the other way.
Well, that's what my son asked me. Is like, what are you going to do with the already Star Wars rides? I said, I guess we'll just make them better, but maybe we just flip them around and make them.
Well, I just got a text message from a future guest as we were here, and I'm not going to say who. You guys know, but
George Lucas.
I was like, yes, it was
Jake
George
Lloyd.
Lucas. I told him, I said, we'll let you pick the ride, and he said that one of the rides he would love to do is one that's already a Star Wars ride.
Oh,
and there's a very specific reason why. He also gave me a secondary one, but we'll have more info on that. And once we turn off the live and everything, I'll tell you.
Yes.
But you have to stay tuned, because this person that will be a guest, when we have some other guests lined up that are going to be pretty cool, but this person is in the Star Wars world, in the universe.
I'm so excited.
I know. I just wanted to get Ryan riled up again before we left.
You don't understand.
Are you okay? Do you need a minute?
I'm going to be fangirling the whole time. I'm going to be like, what's your favorite color?
That's what I do every time I see you guys. I'm like, I can't believe I'm your buddy.
You'll be like Chris Farley. Remember the time you were in that movie and you did that thing? And it was really cool, right? It was awesome. Yeah, it was cool.
I love you. I mean,
I am geek. I am so geek.
I do have his autograph picture right back there.
Maybe I should reconsider this.
No, I'll be good. I will be a good person.
So what I'm
Adrian
hearing
and I
is I
will
need to call Derek
pre-record.
to get some good guests on our podcast, and that's what
Absolutely.
I'm hearing.
Yeah. He comes-
Definitely.
Yeah. He comes.
Man.
It's a big fee. Right now, his fee is like a
Big
trip to Tokyo, I think.
Mhm.
So you
I'm gonna
gotta
figure it out. I'm gonna figure that out. Telling
Well,
you.
I am excited going on the Star Cruiser May 3rd through the 5th. So I'll be there for May the
That's
4th.
a great time to be on a cruiser. Yep.
Yeah,
and you
it's
get to
gonna be
see
exciting.
all of the new stuff at Star Tours.
Oh,
Is that
Will that
coming
be
this
then?
year or next year?
No, that's coming next year.
yeah, that's what
2024.
I thought. Next year.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I thought it
new
was
stuff
this
is
year.
2024.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
It
there
is
you
going to
go.
be
We got to
great.
spread this out a little bit, Derek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but-
If everything
No, they don't
come in
have
at
to.
once.
They don't have to.
They do drop a
Gotta
bunch of new
bring people
stuff
back
on
in.
May 4th, so it's going to be interesting navigating the Star Cruiser and trying to get May the 4th merchandise that
things.
comes out. So I got to figure out how that will work.
The
being on
time you
Star
need to
Cruiser.
block off though is in September for Destination D, the D23 of the East Coast. Chapek's gone. Iger's back. It is going to be lit. I think Iger's going to come out with both guns blazing, going, "We're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this, and we're doing that." I mean, just like boom, boom, boom. Because in 2 years we got Epic Universe coming for Universal. Disney
Yeah.
has got to make a statement, and they got to make a big statement. And I think they're going to come out with all kinds of blue sky, not more than blue sky. I think they're coming out big this year with a lot of incredible things. Maybe not everything will happen, but they're going to come out just firing both barrels, going, "We're doing this, we're doing that. That's happening. This is happening. It's coming."
I'm calling it now. They're gonna
Mhm.
announce the 5th gate.
Yeah.
In
Wow.
Texas.
I could see that.
Everybody's been saying it for years,
Mhm.
and that's fine. Like, but I think the time is now because Universal is starting to hit their pocketbook.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You know, it'd be a funny way to announce the 5th gate. Well, and we'll go here in a minute. Would be to a graphic come up and go, "The land beyond Big Thunder Mountain," and then a record scratch. Never mind. We're going to make a 5th park instead.
Dude,
As the drone goes
Like,
beyond Thunder Mountain and
here's
just
my
keeps
wallet.
going past
Yeah,
the
it just
park.
keeps going.
yeah. So Winchester had some good insight too, like the 17 billions within the next 10 years.
Whoa.
And how long did it take
Wow.
them to build Animal Kingdom? Was it like
5 or 6 years when they built it in 98, but it also took them 4 years to build Pandora. So I think we have to be
5 years
realistic
to
about
do
this game.
Tron.
I think you're going to see a new land. I think you will see something with the Villains Park. They teased it. I think that would be a massive impact for Magic Kingdom. So I think you'll see, because all 4 parks, Epcot will be done by the end of the year. You're now circling back to Magic Kingdom to start doing some of that. So I think you're going to look at, I think that's coming. I don't know about a 5th gate. That might be something they have to announce later, but they've also, that 17 billion's also got to go to infrastructure and redoing some of the rides and stuff, because they got to fix some stuff,
Yeah.
including their tech. I'm begging you, Bob Iger, take $10 million and make your tech work. That's all I'm asking. 10 million, 10 million,
stop
know,
making
please.
the trackless rides? They're not working.
right?
Quit trying to make fetch happen. Like, we get it. It's cool, but they don't work.
Winchester also said in the comments that Cantina is the theme for May the 4th this year, which is funny because I announced my May the 4th Kyber Crystal releases from I Am Geek Shop.
Mhm.
And I did not know that Disney was doing a Cantina theme for May the 4th.
I like
I
it.
have been working on these crystals since last May the 4th. So maybe they saw
It's true.
It
can
is
vouch.
true. So I am going to have a set of Oga's Cantina drinks in the form of Kyber crystals and a couple of drinks from the Star Cruiser in form of Kyber crystals. They will look, I mean, I think pretty much like the drinks you buy. I sent a picture to somebody the other day of a new one, the hyperdrive that I've been working on, and they go, "Oh, I thought you just sent me a picture of the hyperdrive," and I'm like, "Oh, that makes me feel good."
They do look good.
Yeah, so you guys haven't, I sent you a picture of this hyperdrive, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I'll get your opinion on this. And the last time I got your opinion, you said no, shoot for the moon. I don't know if I'll do that, but what if because Disney is famous, and I know Star Wars.
They are.
No, famous for this thing. I know you don't really find it in Galaxy's Edge and stuff. What if I made one of the cups or the little Kyber crystals a blinky cup that actually blinks light?
I mean, I hate it, but I'm just kidding.
Or attaches to the side of your cup.
Or it blows bubbles.
No. You know, like when you go to all the bars that get the little
Glow
ice
cube.
cubes that glow.
I know. I'm
Mhm.
just teasing
I
you.
I figured out a way to
Glow
do
cube.
that.
Yeah.
Do that inside of a kyber crystal. I think. I don't know if I'm going to do it because it would be a little hard. But the way you would make it blink is you lay it on your phone charger, and then it would light up.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Now, if you could get it to work where you put it in there and then the lightsaber blinks, like if you put like another chip in there that would interfere with it and just beep, 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 that I'd buy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but there's just a thought. But I do have the fuzzy tauntaun will have one. I've got the
Is that from the thing?
It
from
is.
The thing.
yeah.
It is.
I got a whole. You can
That's
see it.
Darth Vader's.
It still works.
You could see them on where did I put them? I think I put them on all of I'm Geek shows. I need to put them on Living with the Landspeeder Pictures. I'm Geek Shop on Etsy is where you'll be able to find them. They'll release sometime around May 4th, maybe a little sooner, since I'll be headed to the Star Cruiser. But yeah, check them out. And I've got all kinds of other kyber crystals that work with Savi's lightsabers. So if you're buying a Savi lightsaber and you like to drink at Oga's, it's the perfect match. But also,
I like to drink
there's
everywhere.
There's all my latest one was the dark saber crystal. So if you like the dark saber, if you're a fan of Ahsoka, this is her Clone Wars one, and then Dooku, the Fallen Count, his blue and red.
What about the Tron one though?
Oh, okay. So I have a Tron. I don't know if am I going to release it. Should I release it?
Oh gosh, I thought you did.
No, I didn't.
We just showed it on the live stream or something.
Yeah, so I was just fooling around and had some extra resins that I poured, and it came out looking like something from Tron. So I just sent a picture out, like as a Tron's here. Maybe I will release it. I don't know.
You should do it. Do
Might
it.
as well. Anyways, all right. Well, David, before we
Yeah.
go, where can everybody find you?
Well, you can find me online. Instagram is a great place to find me at the Magic on a Dollar. And of course, my two Facebook pages are Magic on a Dollar, Disney on a Dollar. Search both of those, you'll find me. And every Thursday, we drop the Main Street Electrical Podcast, myself and Jen talking about travel and fun stuff and pop culture and all that. And I have to finally plug our movie podcast, the Deucecast Movie Show, every Wednesday. Myself, my friend Mikey, and a couple other people. We've been doing it now for 12 years. We just dropped episode 579. So yeah, we're lifers at this podcast thing, which, you know, we got nothing else to do. We're dads. We have nothing else going on.
Nothing at all.
Well, we'll be back here, not next week, but the next week. We're going every other week so we can make these rides the best that we can for you guys. It's okay, Casey.
Got to get Imagineer approval. Sure.
Yes, got to get the Imagineer approval. We'll be back. I don't know if we're going to announce
I know. I was
next
going
ride
to
on
ask,
this
do we
one?
have the next ride? We haven't talked about it at
I think
all.
we
I
need
guess-
to figure out our guest schedule.
Yeah, I think we got to figure out the guest schedule, and
That's
then
true.
we'll see. We'll post something on our socials
Yeah.
when it gets closer what we're going to be doing, and then we'll try to post the Order 66 logo up, and maybe hopefully make a T-shirt out of it if people want that.
Yes.
If you want a T-shirt, let us know.
Awesome.
Yeah. And anyway, so thank you for joining us on this episode. It's not episode. We're
This
calling them
chapter.
chapters.
Chapter.
On this,
chapter
I'm not going to
2.
use it. See, I Am Geek is our other podcast. You can check that out where we do episodes. This one we're doing chapters. So thank you for joining us on this chapter of Living with the Landspeeder. And we'll be back next time where we're going to Star Warsify something at Disney World. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Chapter 2.
I should have used that for my ride. Dang.
Oh,
Missed
man.
opportunity, folks.
Well, let's just redo it.
Escape
Anyway.
from Geonosis.
Oh, you should have done that. Are you
So
part
that
of the
was pretty
cyber
clean.
union?
I'll grab it and I'll put
You
it in.
that actually sounds like the voice from the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Main Street
I've got
Electrical
plenty of
Parade.
these.
I thought it was the cyber union or whatever they are. That's in briefly. You see them in episode 3, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This was fun. I appreciate you guys having me on. This was a
This
good
is
time.
great.
So
You went all out with the food and stuff.
Man,
that was great.
that was incredible. Thank you.
but the first thing I thought of was death sticks. Whenever I finally
That's
decided on
awesome.
Coruscant, I was like, I got to build an entire ride, but I got to have death sticks in there somewhere. I was like,
course.
what's going to be bad for you? Mozzarella cheese sticks, 7 kinds of cheese cooked in 3 kinds of oil.
I mean,
But the bad thing
With a
is
warning label.
there'll be kids that get that, and because that's part of the ride is outdoors,
Mhm.
there's going to be a lot of puke flying right.
I played enough Roller Coaster Tycoon to know that you put a trash can every 3 feet. So
There'll be cheese sticks flying from the air on people's heads.
Man.
Oh,
that's
man.
hilarious.
It's like the Sandlot.
Yeah, I had to go dive on Wikipedia and look up a few things, and that's how I got the Andrew Ale and the Camino Dart, which sounds like a Star Wars type alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
Something you get on the Hyperspace Lounge, which, by the way, you guys need to go on the Wish to go to the Hyperspace Lounge. So one of you guys can order the $5,000 drink.
Yeah.
So I can get a video.
No,
and,
I'm with you.
know.
I'm going to make Jen buy it for us.
Yeah, exactly. And because you get a trip to Skywalker Ranch, so that's important.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to talk about heartbreaking? With my old job, they were doing some like this documentary, and the team from Germany did part of it at Skywalker Ranch, and they didn't invite me to go.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
Notice I say old job.
That's right.
Jerks.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So funny.
Did you?
Did
David,
everybody watch
did you
it?
see this week's episode,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
I'm sorry, you asked me?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'm actually on episode 3 of the season.
Okay.
I have not
Never
caught up with
mind
the
then.
season yet, so I'm on 3. Which I've read the wiki and all of it, so you guys can talk freely about it. I don't
No,
mind.
we don't have to.
Because I always read the wiki of everything. So I've been going through Law and Order. I took 2 years and went through all 23 seasons of Law and Order SVU, all 500 something
my.
episodes.
Hmm.
So now I've gone back and
Oh
working on Law and
my.
Order, the original series, because I'm a dork and a nerd and I have no life. So
There you go.
So do you guys think that the little I forget their names of those creatures that build the droids?
Yeah.
Did he cuss? Did he drop the
yeah.
F-bomb?
Babu Frick, that little guy.
Yeah, totally.
I'm out.
Oh,
Totally.
squeezy. I'm out, mother. Like that.
It's so funny. I'm like, what?
Great.
Wait, what?
Totally cussed.
That should be your ending tagline of the show. I'm out,
And-
mother. And,
and
yeah, that'd be
Zelia.
awesome.
Yeah.
An Anzelian or Anzelian.
Yes. And
Yes, that's it.
And Zillion. I'm out, mother.
Mm.
People love them some
great.
Babu Frick.
Yeah.
I love Babu.
I've
Love
seen
it.
the memes where it's like, I want Grogu in the streets, and Babu Frick in the sheets. I've seen that meme.
We're out of here, folks.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
forgot
yeah,
we're
no,
still on
that's-
YouTube.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
I totally
time enough.
forgot.
No, it's
I didn't write it.
fine.
I mean, it don't bother me any.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, YouTube. I totally forgot we were still on
That's
YouTube.
Terry Weaver's handiwork, not mine. What?
Dropping throwing people under the bus.
Oh man. Anyways,
funny.
well, YouTube.
Yeah.
guys-
Ryan
People
wants
still
to end
watching.
this because he wants to know more info.
No, I totally forgot. And then I looked over and I saw Winchester said
He
Anzillin,
did say
and-
Anzil.
and I'm like,
Zillion.
did he say that before we
I,
went off the air? And then I realized, oh no, we're still on
still
the
on
air.
We're still
And I'm just
here.
laying back. I already undid the belt. I'm just.
Hurry back.
If you want Jen on the show, do Haunted Mansion. Well, I know you'll do Haunted Mansion, but if you don't
Yeah.
have a guest for Haunted Mansion, I guarantee she would bring it for Haunted Mansion.
Well, we're going to do
that's
Grand
her
Floridian, and
favorite
we're
attraction,
going to
so.
completely.
Oh,
just
great. You know what? Even
destroy
better.
it.
Even better. I think she would love that.
We're going to blow it up, level it,
Mhm.
and make Tatooine campground.
The Grand Nabooian. I think that'd be amazing.
Grand Nabooian.
And there's a sign up there, the sign that says "Don't go on the beach because the alligators." It'll say something like, "Don't go on the beach. The sand, it's coarse. You won't like it running through your fingers."
And also, there's alligators because we
That
can't
too.
get sued.
Yeah. Also, really, listen, there's alligators.
Like for real, don't let your
For
kids
real.
go in there.
Snakes
They're gonna get eaten.
alligators.
It's not a joke. Oh man. Well,
The Grand Nebullion. I can't do it better than that. By the way, I'm done.
That's it.
All
You've
right.
peaked. You've peaked.
so for YouTube, what do you guys think is going to be the hardest ride to StarWarsify?
Small.
And then
Our
what-
magic.
Feel her magic. Oh,
Phil Harmon.
That's a
Oh,
video. I mean, what do you show?
Some of the shows, are going to be difficult. I think.
Oh, I think there's a lot, especially with all of like you could do Clone Wars Rebels with the new.
No, you
like,
could show a video, but how do you make that a cohesive story versus just, hey, here's an episode of Clone Wars? I mean, you know.
well, if you
have to.
remember
Or
back
Visions.
to Star Wars weekends way long ago. Do you remember the show they had at Star Wars weekends? For those that
Hyperspace
did you guys ever
Hoopla?
get to go? Yeah,
I've seen one Hyperspace Hoopla. Yeah.
I saw them in person, and they were quite the spectacle.
Mhm.
We had Padme and Slave Leia dancing with Boba Fett, and
Oh, so you know,
Chewbacca-
Winchester said Country Bear. That's easy.
Mhm.
There,
Oh,
we just
the
we
Ewoks,
just put
huh?
it. Yeah, Ewoks. It's all Ewoks.
Country Ewoks.
I feel like
Yub Nub. I could listen to Yub Nub for 20 minutes.
blood everywhere.
Midichlorians on the saddle.
They're playing like the stormtrooper helmets.
And at the end of every song, instead of a little bear, you have a little Ewok going, yep, yep.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay, that episode's already done.
I
now.
know. Guess
We gotta
don't
save
do
that
one.
Shh, we gotta save that for later.
I mean, you have three not spinner rides, but three like Dumbo, Aladdin's Magic Carpet, and Triceratops Spin. They're the same attraction. They're just three
Yeah,
different
that's true.
themes. So you're gonna have to come up with something that's gonna go along with all three of those. You'll have to do whatever that is 3 times. So that'll be, I guess, depending on
And Mary
theming.
Poppins, that didn't happen.
True.
True.
Oh, I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Oh, that would have been. a
And you could
disaster.
base Remy's Ratatouille Adventure in Dexter Jester's Cafe.
Oh,
It would actually make that ride worth riding. I'm sorry.
I love that
I like
ride.
that
It's a great
ride.
little ride.
I like.
I didn't like
Great
it because
little
it made me nauseous.
Oh,
I don't know why, but my wife and I both got off of it, and we're like, "Oh man, this is like really nauseous."
And for the France movie, you could be like, indoor circle vision, you know, with the different themes and different landscapes.
What would be the France of Star Wars?
Well, you've got China, France, and
I mean,
Naboo,
Naboo
Canada, all doing the 3
Canada.
kind of movies and stuff. So you have to come up
Naboo's-
with each
I
of
think
those.
Naboo
or
would be more-
Alderaan.
Oh, Alderaan.
I think Naboo would be more like Italy.
That would be fun to do a world showcase.
Oh, we will.
I mean, we have.
we
That's
we have
awesome.
to.
Hmm.
And just do a big pile of rubble. Walk past. That's Alderaan. Just keep going.
Oh,
Oh.
oh. That's
my
where
God.
Brazil was gonna go. It's,
Oh, that was
it's all the stuff from the barges. Oh, I actually liked
Okay.
that show.
Mm.
It wasn't bad. If the thing with that show, you have to be in the right place, like stand, to watch it.
Yeah, I did an entire picture collage on it because I went to every single World Showcase and every pavilion and stood and took pictures of Stargate to see the view. So I posted it and I was like, "Here's what you're looking at every single pavilion, so you'll know where to go." And there's like 3 you couldn't see anything except for one line. So yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad, except it was there all day. If they had done like Illuminations and brought it out in the middle of the afternoon, I think
Yeah.
people would have been more amenable to it. But the fact it was just a sightline blight all day, I think people just like, what the crap? So
Mhm.
anyway, gents, I have to jet
Well,
because I have to put my kid to
yeah.
bed.
Oh,
I have to
All
put
right, well,
me
we're
to
gonna end
bed.
the stream here. So here
yeah. I
Mine
hope my kids are
Thanks.
still in bed. We'll see. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
David.
being on, David.
Oh, this was fun. This was fun. I have no idea how to get out of this, so you'll have to kick me out, maybe, I guess.
We'll kick you.
Oh, I
Just
can just
hit-
leave. Here it is.
Yeah.
Leave. Yeah, just hit
Got it.
leave.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.